No, I'm not gonna hit you with the, oh, I'm sorry for being gone for so long. I have been spamming on community posts that I'm sorry for being gone for so long, so I'm not gonna bore you with any of that. You guys don't probably care. Birdemic 3. Finally watched that movie, also watched 2. Thought 3 was fucking horrible, but 2 has this charm to it. I don't know what it is, but we're covering in this video. Yeah, that's pretty much it, really. I have nothing else to say. Other than, if you're watching this video, you don't have to have prior knowledge of watching the first movie at all. Trust me. And I recommend you watch this video over watching the movie entirely. Except for 2. 2's a good movie. Well, not really. It's a bad movie, but it's better than the first one. It's actually not boring, somehow. So, yeah. Enjoy the video, or whatever. Blech.
What am I doing?
Alright, so this video is taking me so long that by the time I'm recording this, cat's awake. So if you guys do hear my cat in the background just now, he's pissed for no reason at all. It's just how he is. But this movie begins with another 3 minutes of credits at the start. I don't know why they keep thinking this is a good idea, because they do this again in the third movie. It bothers me that this man makes a decision and thinks that this is what made the movie good. It did it. It did it. But at least this time there's something at least to look at because we're walking through a city, and I think that's pretty cool. So I'm gonna recap this entire beginning segment because that's what I do. No, I don't know why I had to mention that part in the script, but I want you guys to pay attention to the details and the way everything goes, plot structure wise. And I want you to see if you notice a weird trend with this movie. I was gonna also include in the third one, but I don't think I'm covering that movie at this point, because that movie just fucking sucks. Honestly, I want to cover it purely so then I could just say I did it, and so then no one else has to go watch it. But it's such a unfamiliarly boring movie that I think I'd rather blow my head off. But yeah, I think I should actually get to the video here. It's 8:40 p.m. bro. I woke up 5 hours ago, and I was sitting in bed just watching YouTube. I was hanging out, bro. It was a fun time. And then I was like, I should really get a video uploaded on the second channel. I don't know why I'm rambling off at this point. I feel like you should just explain why I'm talking this way, doing all this stuff, It's been a rough day. It's been a rough day. Not really. I showered. The best shower of my life, by the way. It was crazy. So we have not Rod walk into this restaurant, and the audio quality still hasn't improved yet. Not at all. It's still just as bad as usual. But this guy, his name is Bill, and this waitress' name is Gloria. And Bill wants wings. That's the only important detail about this guy. But Bill also remembers that Gloria is from somewhere because she's an actor. By the way, this movie takes place in Hollywood. I feel like I should have mentioned that because this whole thing is about movies. Yeah, it's stupid. It's dumb. But yeah, she's an actor. She's a very small one. She's been doing small indie budget films like Birdemic, The Amazing Bulk, Birdemic 3, things like that. And Bill thinks that she could be in something big because she's hot. He really doesn't say or explain why. He just says she could be something big. So he gives her this card and she walks away. So we can bring in the real characters, being Rod and Nat. Yeah, they're back in this movie. And I'm not gonna lie, this premise is way better than the first movie off rip, because the main issue with the first movie was that they had so little characters to work with for the first 45 minutes that there was just nothing interesting happening. But with this one, there's friends, they're all friends, they all know each other, and they're all having a good little time, and it's not just Rod being a creep and a weirdo. There's something wrong with that man. I don't know. There also is just no build up to them being friends. They do just walk in and they just greet each other like they've known each other for years. Listen, I don't know, bro. But I'm skipping this whole part because there's nothing for me to talk about. It's all them talking about movies and stuff. And the only reason they're hanging out is so that Rod can force Bill to let Nat and his adopted son Tony into his movie, which we'll get to Tony later. There's a really funny plot point involving Tony. And if you don't remember Tony, he's the little kid from the last movie. So, as per the first movie, we have a news segment that's talking about dead birds falling from the sky, singing the end of days, blah blah blah. And there's also blood raining from the sky too. And no joke, she says use an umbrella. And the other no joke is that no one addresses this ever. He watches this and doesn't bring it up to anyone else. He just goes, that's weird. Anyway, we're going to Hollywood Boulevard now. And you guys remember that one scene from Birdemic 1 where Rod is just chasing Nat down the street like a homeless man. Well, imagine that scene, but it is significantly less awkward. So Bill, he's walking down the street. We don't know where. He doesn't even know where. And we see Gloria walking down the same street with a suitcase. They exchange greetings, and Bill wants to know, where's she going? She says she's going home because the movie business sucks dick. I think the same too if I was cast in Birdemic too. She's lost hope and, getting lucky, and Bill is pressing her, saying that she has to keep trying. But Gloria says, fuck you, I'm leaving, I don't care. But Bill has a thought and chases her down again and makes her a deal. He says that she should audition for the lead role in his movie that he's making, and if she doesn't get the part, he will give her $1,000 to help her get home. And she agrees, which, I mean, this has got to be the worst bet of all time. Like, why wouldn't he accept her as the lead? This is something he's setting up. Man, I would have just said no. Cause like, this is a free $1,000, sure, but like, be so for real. All right, I'm hydrated and ready to go. We're now in a conference room with stock computer noises, guys talking about there being no sex scenes, kills, actions, or guts in this movie that Bill is trying to make. I don't know what my cat's doing. He just threw over a bowl. I'm horrified. But Bill says it's not about that. It's about making a movie that's actually, not mid or whatever. I really don't remember. I wrote this script like a month ago, and I didn't write down what he said either. So, but he allows a transition, and then he funds his movie with $1 million, which is weird movieception because Bill then says, "We're making a movie." Bro thought he was clever with that one. He really thought. Hey, what? 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 You the one meowing, what do you want? And we skipped into a short scene with Rod and this random girl talking about Nat and Gloria, saying that they're both good. But Gloria actually, is an actor and has acting chops or whatever. And Rod, I was gonna say quote unquote defends Nat, but truly it doesn't seem like he cared. It seems like he didn't get enough sleep last night and, he's just trying to stay awake.
I really think she'd do great as Kim in Sunset Dreams.
Yeah, but I thought Natalie auditioned well too.
Yeah, but Gloria does have more experience in acting, as you can see from her audition.
But watch this next scene. It's something.
Hi, Gloria.
Yeah, as stated, the audio hasn't got any better. You'd think after the first one, you'd get better at it. Like, I was gonna say an evolution of my videos. But this video's probably gonna come out and be mid as hell. And everyone's gonna be like, wow, you're just like the director of that one movie.
Drop him.
But yeah, long story short, she got the role. We then cut to a Chinese restaurant. Why? I don't know. It seems like the only set piece they could afford, really. It seems that anytime something happens, we cut to a Chinese restaurant. But they're also getting to know each other. So once again, whenever anything happens, we cut to a Chinese restaurant and they're just trying to know each other. I'm trying to stress the runtime, you can't tell. But apparently Gloria has been acting since she was 7. But she's really bad at faking it because she doesn't know how the chopstick works at all, and you can kind of just tell. She won't even ask for a fork either. Hell, Bill's not even trying to eat his food. He's not getting caught LARPing. He said, yeah, I'd rather die before I get caught looking like that. That's crazy. But not gonna lie, it's super hard to hear anything in these scenes. Now, to summarize this scene, the message is to never give up on your dreams or whatever. That's the entire point of that scene. I don't know, bro. Now, do you remember that one scene in Amazing Bulk, right? Where they put the actors in that dumb-looking car on a green screen? Well, imagine that, but, like, for no reason at all. Like, it's crazy because they're in a car, right? Driving down the street normally. And then they put them in a car with a green screen. Just for fun. Like, I don't know, bro. I don't know. They also stuck in another walking and driving for 10 minutes scene and thought I wouldn't notice. Bro, stop. I'm sick of that. Listen, bro, I'm trying to watch a movie, not a fucking edit, bro. Like, you can stop. We're all for the meet on a beach, and we get to one of the most random scenes in the movie about evil birds. Like, I still reference this scene, like, all the time because it just doesn't make sense to be in this movie, and it's never brought up again. So we randomly cut to some girl's legs. Oh, by the way, this is some subtle foreshadowing for what's gonna come later. This movie just has a lot of softcore porn in it, just because. It's the only movie with softcore porn in it. Not even the third one goes this steep slow. But, and this shot stays on her legs for like 30 seconds before, I'm not joking, an evil jellyfish shows up and attacks her. And when I say attacks, I mean she comes out like she was attacked by a damn sea bear and she forgot the circle. Shit, like literal Squidward type shit. What's even funnier is that you can see a guy who isn't meant to be in the movie staring at her ass. But they call the police for her. But the person on the phone is just behind the camera. Like, you can literally hear them behind the camera. Like, they're do it, like, it's crazy.
Don't worry, miss. You're gonna get help.
Please, we need an ambulance now. A woman has been stung on the beach.
What happened to her?
I don't know, something about a giant jumbo jellyfish. Please, we need an ambulance now.
Where are you located?
And now watch this next scene. It's really funny.
A woman was attacked by a giant jumbo jellyfish.
Really?
Now we're at a museum where we finally get to see older Tony. But by the way, we don't see him for the rest of the movie after this, so just cherish him. I'm 90% sure he dies between like this scene and the next one. Especially because he spent 45 seconds just walking before he drops the funniest line ever, and something that bothered me for like a good minute.
Ancient birds. Really? That's cool. Eagles and vultures. How old do you think they are? Real old. Real old.
I wish Susan could have been here to see this bird skeleton, but she got a disease from that fish that Rod cooked.
Yeah, so one, that little girl is actually just fucking dead, which makes no sense because she didn't eat the fish. I know this because I thought my bit about hunting for a Happy Meal was pretty fucking funny. Also, something that doesn't happen is them mentioning the events of the first movie, except for this and a little later on. And this right here would be another bit of foreshadowing, mostly for the third movie, and that's gonna be its own thing, maybe, still don't know. Anyway, we cut to them walking around outside. We find Dr. Jones, and no, Rod doesn't say he survived the first with this man. Hell, he doesn't even bring it up. Then Tony has the audacity to ask if Jones has any birds he can play with. Like, dog, you were fighting for your life against some birds a few years ago. This man has no trauma, no nothing. And not to mention, no one brings up those white birds. And another thing, they don't come up for this movie or the next one. Spoiler. So you're really gonna want to have this ending to go, yeah, I am too. We're all interested, bro. It's crazy. But Jones is going to some conference to talk about birds, and I don't know the context, and it's better if I just don't tell you either. But we randomly cut to some cave people sex, which the olden birds don't fuck with at all. It stinks, so they just kind of kill them. It's a little crazy. He also mentions a bunch of birds fell into the tar and just died. He just felt like throwing that one in. I don't know. Now I'm skipping this beach scene to let you know that this is a real website. We're also at a bar, and coincidentally, Nat's mom also is in town. Remember her? She survived the first movie after Nat forgot about her, which she doesn't forget to tell the audience she wanted to get into acting instead of modeling, even if she didn't get the part. Like, we're never told if she gets a supporting role or anything. We also just didn't hear her talk about acting at all in the last movie, but I guess. This scene is just here to have Nat's mom on screen again. She's asking about grandkids and stuff before we get into... She's asking about grandkids and stuff before we get to a once-a-movie dance scene. And you guessed it, Damian Carter. And this time, I will not forget to put him in the description. And I wasn't going to for this video because I was convinced this song wasn't real. The instrumental is like that one song Dynamite, but nope. This is a real song called Starbright, which literally could still be a fake song made for this movie. Because I couldn't Shazam it or anything. Couldn't find it at all. But it's still a really good song. And you could even see how good it is based on how some of the random white guys in the background are trying to dance to it. Don't worry, we can play footsies.
Okay, I'm gonna put my foot on your penis.
Yeah. Hey, wait, what's that guy doing there? It looks like he's just stroking without his hands, just doing it telepathically. It's so weird. You should stop doing that, especially in front of the audience. It's really weird. But we've hit the sex scene, so now it's raining blood and birds are rising from the dead. It's like their resurrection or something. Oh come on, guys. That was really funny, alright? Listen, it's called Birdemic 2, The Resurrection. It's because the... Alright, man. You know, I'm gonna be... You know what? I don't owe you anything, okay? I don't. You know, this video doesn't have to be funny. very informative and educational for all the children who haven't seen this movie. There, I said it. My real question is, why are only the birds and cave people rising? Shouldn't it be everything? That would have made it a more entertaining concept. Like, imagine a clan of cave people with woolly mammoths and shit, but we're stuck with Birdemic 2 Resurrection. Oh my god. Also, why are the birds not attacking the cave people? Or the many people who are running around looking like they don't see the birds at all? It's for a movie, but I've seen stranger things. Come on, man. I just put up the 1-2 point. Alright, listen, bro. We're not covering Stranger Things, okay? Anyway, the next part of the paragraph or whatever, bro. I'm sick of y'all. Y'all are no fun, bro. Y'all just watch this video and just do things. Don't know what, bro. Probably washing the dishes or doing that. I don't know, bro. You finished that homework assignment? Yeah, I'm on to you. I'm on to you. But we're finally gonna see the meat be made or whatever. Because it's like, that's how they talk about in the movie. I don't know how to make movies, bro. I don't know why I said that. But like, this guy has just a big cigar, and I thought that'd be really funny to point out as they go over this 2-second long scene. Like, this shit was really awkward until the birds came and just started killing people. True story, this actually did happen. But don't worry, the gun sounds are significantly quieter, but they also suck if you're a side character. Also, you're gonna see a few scenes of people either not aiming at the birds or the more famous birds killing all the side characters and fucking off to keep the plot moving. There's also this funny line where Rod takes Nat's gun and she has the audacity to say, "You're a terrible shot." Yeah, okay, bro. Alright. So you remember that line about sex scenes and stuff? Well, they took that very seriously and there's just tits on screen. Like, but it's for the sake of horror and stuff, because this is supposed to be a horror movie they're shooting. But the real killer all along was the birds approaching them. Hey guys, it's the editor, Fuzzwabbit here. Here to say, I'm not showing the rest of this scene. It took me like a good 10 minutes to even do the editing for the boy kissers, including the other one, and the other shot is just a zoomed out version of them all being murdered with their tits out. And I'll be honest, I'm not risking getting this video taken down because there's tits on screen. So if you care that much, go watch the movie. It's free on Amazon. You probably find it on Tubi and other things. It's still a bad movie. I wouldn't even recommend it if there's tits on screen. Except for the girl on the far left. Hers are fucking huge, I will happily say it. Also, in this movie, for some reason, the birds are actually fucking explode. Like, last time, I thought it was the gas station. But no, this time, they actually explode on impact. And not like in the viscera. No, like a bomb. Like, it's crazy. Don't ask me why some of them just get split in half by bullets either. I don't know. And also, don't ask me why Rod is now just Leon S. Kennedy roundhousing the birds. Alright, listen, this was the peak of the movie for everyone who's watching. And I don't think he does this in 3. Alright? And I wish he kept this trend going through the entire movie. And he was just built for this shit. Not the case. Also, the goo birds are back. And they're just killed this guy that was in the main group for like 10 minutes. And I meant what I said about Rod being the new Leon Kennedy. He gives Bill his gun so he can dual wield. And he just starts going to town. I don't even know if Resident Evil 4 was a very popular game at this time. Or the directed movie just took this as, we need more action in our movie. I don't know. But it was very funny on a first viewing. Oh, look! Another person to save. It was just a goo bird. And she's dead. Yeah. This is getting out of hand, bro. Also love the should have helped her line. Like, they watched her die or something. They were actively trying to help, too. It's just that she wasn't a main character. But the birds vacate, and according to Rod and Gloria, everyone but them have died. There's no proof of them walking all around the board, but they said they did, so I can't say for sure. But before I get into this annoying-ass conversation, Rod and Nat perk up when they're talking about this being a bird apocalypse, and how this also happened in Half Moon Bay. The attack they were in! And they just don't say a thing about this. Instead, the guy whose name I forgot starts talking about making a movie about this event. Being a birds attacking Hollywood and how it could be as big as the other horror franchises. Did it ever get to this point? Well, considering I didn't know about this movie until I looked up the top 100 worst movies ever, I think the answer is no. But I will say this is the best movie out of the 3 because, I'm not gonna lie, it is the funniest shit I've ever seen. And there being more than just 2 characters throughout the entire run is just significantly better than, you know, I feel like I shouldn't have to say it. We make our way to the western set, which is just a dirt field with a shack. I see who the Hollywood guys hated the most. But we see that everyone is dead, quote unquote, and the door to the shack is locked. But before they leave, this lady rises from the dead and screams for them to let her out, but then she just opens the door. Okay, bro. I'm on to you. But her name is Jess, and Will is taking lead here like he's the main character. Bro sees the huzz and just starts acting different, bro. Like, we're your friends, gang. You don't have to be acting this way. It's like, well, what the fuck are we doing? But after someone asks how this even happened, Nat finally spills the beans by saying this has to be global warming because Rod and her were attacked at Half Moon Bay, which for some reason never comes up in conversation. Like, actually, I don't know why this movie pretends to not take place after the first, but we'll occasionally go, yeah, that first movie was real. We're just not gonna say anything about it though. Like, it's weird that, like, this is an interesting conversation starter. Like, hey guys, we were attacked by birds in Half Moon Bay. Or when it first started, going, this seems like reminiscent of the stuff that happened at Half Moon Bay. Like, it just isn't brought up, bro. Like, they just had this attack happen at Half Moon Bay. Everyone's dead. They moved to damn Hollywood and brought it with them. I'm trying to think they might be the problem, bro. It might be them. It might not be global warming. It's Nat and Rod, bro. They're the real villains of the story. Get them locked the fuck up. But just tags along, and this next part, I hate so much. So we're gonna speed by this as quickly as possible. You ready? So we're back with this tree hugger dude from the last movie. He said he was supposed to have died in a tree, like not a tree fire, a forest fire caused by global warming, which is a lie because it was the exploding birds. But I guess something one remembers that. But yeah, this girl saved him from the forest fire. I also love how you could see this scene was like literally not even joking. The fucking flashback was taken in the same place that they're standing in. And they're also wearing the same outfit from when this happened. Also, who's watching the baby they supposedly have? They talk about more stuff and I just don't care, so we're just gonna move on. The main group finds a trailer and starts driving around. Bill sees... No, I forgot. So look, I'm not gonna assume anything as a movie director. Because... listen, this scene may or may not be very, very racist. So I'm gonna go through this as slowly as possible so y'all know. Y'all just know, right? They pull over to this car, and you can see two black people and a Hispanic man all in like streetwear with dead Uzis and other things. And I don't know who says it, but somebody says,
They're dead. Must be gangsters. Grab your gun.
looks like gangsters. This had me so fried, not only because they made them all like stereotypical thugs, but other than getting more guns, there's no point to this scene. Like, truly just doing a little casual racism and thought it was whatever because it just didn't matter to the story. But our next stop was really funny, and I looked this up to see if these were still a thing. We're now at a silent movie theater. This is only funny because I thought these weren't real, but when they opened the door, there's an actual theater and everyone is being ripped to shreds, so they just kind of leave. Now, this is where the movie takes a jarring turn that I didn't see coming. So you remember when I brought up the blood rain bringing everyone back to life, and I said that, oh, it would be cool if they just brought everything back to life? Well, Bill thought it would be an amazing idea to take a shortcut through the cemetery. New question being brought in is, where the hell are they even going to where the fucking cemetery is a shortcut? And it makes less sense later on. Give it like 10 seconds. It's weird, but it's kind of like the same thing with the first movie. The only reason they're doing this is because the plot needed them to go here. So for some reason, the second they pull into the cemetery, it starts raining blood again, and you wouldn't believe what starts happening. Yeah, the dead start rising. No, there will not be a Dead Rising video, not until like December, maybe. But they see these undead people and decide to go help, which, as I said before, they don't even do it like a shortcut. They drive in, get out, and just start looking around and go, oh, we gotta help these people. What do you mean, these people? You're in a cemetery. What people are walking around the damn cemetery that need help? Other than, oh, I don't know, the undead. But instead of running back to the trailer when they see the zombies, they just straight up hold it down and start lighting them the hell up. It was a crazy sight. Like, Rod is hitting fucking finishers right now. This dude's news. I'm gonna scrap this whole video, bro. This dude knows he's in a damn movie because he's one-handing this shotgun, and Jess is being mega useless, which causes her to be eaten alive. And like, this isn't even taken seriously. They just check her pulse and leave. Then Will says they should have brought her with them, which is really weird. He's not said this for anyone else. We saw the bite. We couldn't even amputate if we wanted to. But now we needed to go a shortcut through the zoo because Bill said so. I don't think Bill said so. I think he wanted to make sure there's people in there to help, maybe. But, this is only going well because... Why am I getting pinged on Discord? I'm busy. Nope. It's my boyfriend. You He just sent me Leland coil porn. This is going in the video too, by the way. I just want him to know he's going in this video. We're now at a zoo because I'm guessing the goal is saving people. Because that goes well. We didn't just lose just because of that. No. Just, like, and the Rod's not fucking with it either. Rod's like, yo, we go in here and shit goes wrong. You're done with the driver's seat. But according to Will, they have guns, so everything's gonna go well. I'm gonna skip by this part because literally it is just a message about global warming. Director, you throw one more fucking theme in about global warming, I will snap your neck. You're not making the fourth one, buddy. I'll guarantee that much for free. And then they try to leave, but the birds show up, and you wouldn't believe it. We lose this guy, who I think had a name, but I wasn't paying attention. But they get out, and we encounter those cave people, and like they do all the time, they go and see if they need help. Right? These guys are all like so awfully generous in this situation, and for this generosity, these cave people put belt to ass. Like, I mean it. It was embarrassing. They all had guns and were on the floor within like 10 seconds. And it's even more embarrassing that it takes Gloria and fucking Nat to save them. But they're even nicer than them because they said that, you know, that they were all fighting. No, ma'am. That was an ass beating. Like, in the middle of the street. But the trailer runs out of gas. And we get one of the most, like, confusing scenes ever. So they stop at a motel to get some drinks and or gas. The drinks are the more important thing. We never see the gas. And Rod knows a cheat code because he doesn't even put I was gonna just say not a dime or dollar, but I think it's funny that I wrote not. He does not put ne'er a dime or dollar into the machine. Okay, bro. I think I'm funny, huh? But Rod knows the cheat code because he does not put ne'er a damn. I can't even. And Rod knows the cheat code because he does not put ne'er a dime or dollar in that machine, and a Coke and a Coke Zero come out. However, in the immediate next scene, they have AWs and an unidentified drink that isn't a Coke. But it gets worse. We cut again, and Bill has the same drink, but now Will and Gloria have a Coke, and Nat has a Sprite. The drinks don't change the next cut because the birds are here, and instead of trying to get inside, they kind of just hold their ground. Like, that goes well. But then, the goat Will isn't using full auto, and a bird gets him. So hard in fact, he has like 40 cuts that should not be there. And not only that, he starts walking towards the pool before falling into it. And for the last time, the blurs. And for the blurs. I'm so fucking stupid. And for the last time, the birds fly away after killing him. But this time, it's for good. Like no, the movie just ends. No white birds, no conclusion to any of this. The movie just ends. Alright, so I'm recording this outro like way after I've already fully edited the video, and I want to do a second outro. Mostly because I just didn't feel good about the whole thing. So, Birdemic 2. What are my thoughts on this movie? Well, I thought it was better than the first movie. Is it a good movie? Not at all. No, actually, I think this movie still kind of sucks. But it was at least entertaining. At least I didn't go to sleep, like, you know, trying to record it for the video. And at least it isn't the third movie. I still do think the third movie might be the worst out of all of them. And I still don't know if I want to cover it. But this movie has a lot of issues, especially the ending, because it just kind of ends. And the third movie doesn't pick up off of the second movie either. That one just starts wherever it wants to. So, if I never planned on covering the third movie, all I have to say about that one is, do not watch the third movie. Hell, you probably shouldn't watch any of these movies. But, after all of this, and saying this, I won't say I didn't have a lot of fun doing the second video, because truly, I, once again, been wanting to do video essays for a while, and I think that having, you know, my two best, you know, looking videos, my best, you know, edited videos, and my longest edited videos be some of the worst movies I've seen in my life, still is an accomplishment. I mean, that means when I do get to the good stuff, those are going to be edited to, like, the best of their ability, and, you know, the shit ones are still going to be worth watching. But, once again, at the end of all this, no, do not watch these movies. Hell, I think these videos are enough of, like, an indicator that these movies aren't good enough to watch. Hell, just watch somebody else talk about them. And do I recommend my video? You made it to the end of it, so, I mean, I already stole your time. I don't know how long this video is gonna be. Hell, I thought this movie was gonna be 30 minutes. It might not even reach that anymore. I still don't know. But all I know I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play Outlast after this. This new blood drive event. I need to go donate more blood and stuff and get some more things finished. So now, if you'll excuse me, I'm leaving. Thank you all for watching. Hope you all did enjoy. Once again, I do apologize for taking almost 3 months to get this video out. It's been a process. Like hell, I pretty much finished the writing process for Birdemic 2 when I moved out, like a week after I moved. And since then, I have been between 3 jobs. I got a cat, and I mean that's been pretty much it. That's been it. I've been streaming almost daily. Been uploading on the main channel a lot. I played a bunch of MW3. It's been an experience. And all I have to say is, if you haven't already, make sure you go join the Discord. I do a bunch of movie nights in my Discord with friends and stuff. And if you are interested in watching these shitty movies before I cover them on, this channel, go ahead and join. I'll be happy to have you, as long as you're not, annoying and cringe. But once again, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys all next month with, and I'm gonna be honest with this one. It's not gonna be a game. I was gonna cover a game, but that's gonna take way longer than I wanted to. But if I do cover a game, it's gonna be FNAF. It's gonna be FNAF or Trials, whichever one I see first. But it's most likely gonna be Hell of a Boss Season 1 and 2. Because I really need to get those out before Season 3 comes out, and I kind of do need to cover those before Has-Been Hotel Season 2. Because there's a detail in Has-Been Season 2 that kind of requires knowledge of Hell of a Boss. Sorry for dragging this on a little bit. I'm going to get out of here. Y'all have an amazing night and or rest of your week. What is it? I just say bye-bye and let the intro song play out like I normally do? Yeah. By the way, leave in the comments if you do want us to be covering Birdemic 3. That movie fucking sucks. But if you guys want to see it that bad, I will cover it.